friends, welcome to Code Crush Coding. In this video we are going to learn about exception in Python. So what is an exception? An exception can be defined as an unusual condition in a program which will result in the interruption in the flow of program. So any abnormal condition in the execution of a program which will interrupt your flow of execution is called as exception. So whenever an exception occurs, the program stops the execution and thus the further code is not executed. Python provides a way to handle the exception so that the code can be executed without any interruption. So basically when in your program there is some issue or something is behaving incorrectly, then the exception occurs. So there are different types of built-in exceptions in Python. Some of the exceptions are listed here. First one is zero division error. It occurs when a number is divided by 0. Name error. It occurs when the name is not found in your program. It may be a local variable as well as a global variable. Indentation error. So if incorrect spaces is given or not proper indentation is given, then we get this error. Fourth one is ioerror, which is input output error. It occurs when input output operation fails. Fifth one is eoferror. It occurs when the end of the file is reached and 8 operations are being performed. So these are basically some different types of errors in Python. So let first write a code and then we will try to check what is the unusual condition or abnormal condition in our code that will interrupt the flow of program. So let's create a program to accept the two numbers from the user and then we will perform the operation of division on those two numbers. So let's accept the num1 first. Num1, let accept integer values, input, and let's say enter first number. Let's copy this statement here. In similar fashion we need to accept the number 2, enter second number, and then we will divide this number. Let's have third variable result, which will divide num1 by num2, and then we will print a message. Result is, and then we will display a result, and let's have another print statement here which says code completed without error. Let's save this code, run now. So we are getting a first message, enter first number. So let's enter the first number as 20, enter second number 10. Now what we will code perform, it will divide this number. So num1 is currently 20 and num2 is 10, so 20 divided by 10. So see, we are getting a result is 20 and code completed without error. So in this code there is no any condition which will lead to execution of an exception or there is any error in this code. But now if we try to enter the second number as 0, because anything divided by 0 will give us an error. Let's run this code one more time. So first number we will enter, let's say 20, second number at 0, and now see, we are getting here error. What error we are getting here? It says on this line number 4, which is result num1 divided by num2, 0 division error, division by 0. So here we have seen this error, 0 division error, which occurs when a number is divided by 0. So as per the logic or as per the syntax, there is nothing wrong in the code. It was executed successfully for first time when we have provided the value for num2 as not equal to 0. But when we provide the value for num2 as 0, then we are getting 0 division error, and after that no other statement is executed in our code. Like if you see, this statement is also not executed. So what is the code doing? It is when it gets the exception, it gets exit, like we are not able to execute the entire code. So to handle these exceptions in Python, we have to handle the exceptions here. So how we can handle the exception? So exception handling in Python. So basically there are different blocks, so out of which are try block and except block. So the try block lets you test a block of code for errors. So inside the try block we need to provide the code which will generate an exception or will provide any error, and the except block lets you handle the error. So this is the syntax here, which says try block, and then we need to provide a block of code, and then except you need to provide the name of exception and the statements, and you can have n number of exceptions. So this except statement with no exception, like if you don't provide a name of exception, that is also fine, and the except statement using with exception variable, so you can directly place here name of exception and then access it via variable. So let me cover all these topics in the code now. So here in same code, now you can see here it was giving us the error. So what we need to handle this error now. So how we can handle? So we know that in our code these are the three statements which can generate an error. Like if you see, we can have these statements inside the try block. So we can provide here try, and need to provide proper indentation here. So entire thing will be in the try block, and if something exception occurs here, you need to handle that exception in this except block. So except, and here I need to provide here except print you can provide here any message you want. Division by 0 not possible, division by 0 not possible. Now if someone enters the number 2 as 0, then this statement will be executed, division by 0 not possible, because except will execute only when there is exception in the try block, and apart from that the other statement will execute as per their turn. Like after the except block, these statements will get executed. Let me remove this statement now. If you try to run this code now, exception, so enter first number. So let's enter the first number as 10, second number 0. So what we are getting here error? See, the another error we are getting a name error. So name error generally occurs when the name is not found. So currently what is wrong in our code? Here in result statement, result, we have added this in the local variable num1 num2. So we need to have this here. So to avoid this name error, what you can do, instead of printing it here, you can directly print in the try block. So let's run this code now. So enter first number 10, enter second number 0. So still our code is getting executed properly. We are not getting any error here. Earlier we were getting error. So what message we are getting here? Division by 0 not possible. So whatever message we provide in the except block, this will get printed when we have got the exception in the try block. So this is our code where we can get some exceptions. We need to provide that in try block, and the except block we need to provide the message or exception is handled in this except block. Now here we are not getting any error, which was 0 division by error. So what we can do now, which says except statement with no exception and except statement using with exception variable. So currently in our code there is no exception name here. So what we can say, we can add here exception class and as e. So you need to make use of this as keyword to get the variable of this class exception e. So what is the use of this variable? You can directly print here, print e. Let's see what is the difference between the user defined message that we have given and what does this e prints. Let's run this code. So enter first number 20, enter second number 0. So see, this was our message that we have provided, division by 0 not possible, and this is the by default message that Python provides for this type of exception, division by 0 message. this block will execute, except block will execute only when there is exception. If this code behaves correctly or there is no exception, so these messages will not get printed. So if I say first number 20, second number 5, then see we are getting a result 4 and the program is getting finished here, process finish. We are not able to get these messages except block. So in this way you can handle the exceptions in Python. So that's it in this video. We will cover another topics of exceptions in next video. Thank you for watching.